I never thought I would be the type of man to sit here and share my story with the world. But after what happened, after what I discovered, I don't even know who I am anymore. My name's Adam, I'm 32, and I thought I had found the love of my life. For 2 years I was in a relationship with a woman I'll call Emily. She wasn't just my girlfriend, she was my best friend, my partner, the person I trusted with everything inside of me. I met her in a small town, and from the very first day, she made me feel like I wasn't alone in this world anymore. I work at my church. Faith is the center of my life. I'm not perfect, but I always believed in honesty, loyalty, and love. And I thought Emily shared those values too. She lived in another town, so our relationship was mostly weekends together. I'd make that drive every Friday, and she'd wait for me with that smile that melted away every problem I thought I had. I'd bring her small gifts, flowers, even groceries when she was struggling. I wanted to be the man she could always count on. But looking back now, maybe I was blind. Maybe love really does make you blind. The first signs. About 3 weeks ago, something inside me started to shift. I couldn't put my finger on it, but Emily was different. She wasn't as excited when I showed up. She was always busy on weekdays, and sometimes even on weekends, she would step out suddenly with vague excuses. At first, I brushed it off. Everyone has their moments, right? But then, I started noticing the little things. Her phone, which she used to leave lying around, was suddenly glued to her hand. She'd take it into the bathroom. She'd turn it face down when it buzzed. And late at night, when I was half asleep, I'd catch the glow of the screen on her face. She wasn't texting me. I remember one night in particular. I had just come in from a long drive, exhausted but happy to finally be with her. I walked into her apartment, and she didn't even notice me right away. She was so lost in her phone, smiling at something. Someone. When she finally looked up, she acted startled, almost guilty. That was the first time my gut screamed at me. Something isn't right. I tried to ignore it, but the universe has a way of forcing truth into the light. One night, while she was in the shower, her phone buzzed on the counter, and against every moral bone in my body, I picked it up. I didn't want to. I didn't plan to. But something in me said, "Look, Adam, just look." And that's when my world shattered. Message after message, pictures, late-night confessions. They weren't from me. They were from another man. He called her babe. He told her he missed her, couldn't wait to see her again. And she responded the same way she used to talk to me, with that same love, that same sweetness. I felt my knees go weak. I literally dropped the phone on the floor. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I was going to collapse. I remember staring at my reflection in the bathroom mirror when she came out, acting normal, humming a little tune, drying her hair. I don't think I've ever felt such a mixture of rage, heartbreak, and disbelief at once. I couldn't hold it in. I asked her straight out, "Who is he?" At first, she laughed it off. She said I was being paranoid, that I was tired from work, that I was imagining things. But when I told her I saw the messages, her face went pale. That's when she broke down. She admitted it. She had been seeing someone else. Not just once. Not just a fling. It had been going on for months. I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. I wanted to shake her and ask her why wasn't I enough. But I couldn't. I just sat there, silent, as the woman I loved confessed to destroying everything we had built, the lies and the double life. She tried to explain. She said she still loved me, but that she couldn't help herself. She said the other man gave her attention during the week when I wasn't around. Do you know how gut-wrenching it is to hear the person you devoted 2 years of your life to admit that while you were driving miles every weekend to see her, she was giving herself to another man? I started questioning everything, every moment, every kiss, every time she said, "I love you." Was any of it real? Or was I just the backup plan? The breaking point. The hardest part came a few days later. She kept texting me as if nothing had happened. She kept telling me to just forgive and forget. But how do you forget something like that? I realized then that it wasn't just about me. It was about respect. It was about my dignity. It was about knowing my worth. So I made a decision. Tomorrow I'm going to the church, the place where I work, the place where she knows I am respected. And I'm going to tell her family, her friends, everyone who thought she was this perfect person, who she really is. I know it might backfire. I know people might judge me, call me bitter, say I should just walk away quietly. But I can't. Not after 2 years of lies. I have nothing to lose anymore. She already took everything from me, the trust, the love, the future I thought we were building. All that's left is my truth. My last words. People always say heartbreak feels like dying. I used to think that was dramatic, but now I understand. Because the man I was before I found out she cheated, that man is gone. What remains is someone who doesn't even recognize himself in the mirror. Someone who trusted too much. Someone who loved too deeply. But maybe tomorrow, when I finally speak my truth, I'll get a piece of myself back. Maybe then, I'll finally be free. This is story 2. I'm a personal chef for an upper-class family in the US with a multi-million-dollar house who go on many vacations every year. They claim they miss authentic European and Asian food after living abroad for several years. When I first started cooking for them, I made elaborate dishes that took hours to make, finding the exact ingredients, examining each piece of carrot, potato, or chicken by hand, finding the right brands and going to multiple grocery stores to find the exact Pinot Noir to make the perfect red wine sauce. They didn't like it. I once messed up a dish and had to remake it really quickly, so I took a few shortcuts to make sure it was still tasty. A normally 12-hour dish, I made a quick version of in less than 30 minutes using vinegar instead of red wine. They said it was the tastiest thing they ever ate. It reminded them of the times they were traveling through some European mountains. Since then, I've realized I don't need to spend hours making all the food perfectly authentic. I stopped using expensive brands of wine. Sometimes I don't even use wine at all. Grape juice or vinegar or even sugar seems to taste just as good, if not better, to them. I've saved tens of thousands of dollars and probably thousands of hours getting cheaper ingredients that have already been brined or marinated, and they absolutely love it. They even had me prepare larger meals for parties or events, and they'd claim it was authentic French or Italian food. They'd ask me what combination of flour I used to make the pasta that was so clearly handmade. It was 99-cent boxed pasta from Walmart. Or it was clear I used a very particular Pinot Noir for a coq au vin for which I actually just added a little fruit juice with some vodka. Or that the saffron really made a difference in my risotto when I really just used turmeric. Or how the food tastes so much better when sauces are freshly made with raw ingredients, when it's really mayonnaise plus ketchup, or some other dumb combination of common condiments. I just smile and nod. A part of me feels guilty, but not guilty enough to go back to making the more authentic versions that they just complain about that costs me way more time and money anyways. I'm more just worried that one day they'll find out. But I've gotten away with it for almost 8 years now. Edit, because so many people have asked. This was my first job as a personal chef, and it was a side gig. When I took the job, I didn't know how much to charge. They asked what would be the price per meal for their family of 4, including getting groceries, planning, prepping, cooking, plating, cleaning, etc. So everything, including groceries, would be included in what they pay me. So the groceries are a business expense. They don't reimburse me for it. It's part of my total fee. TBH, that fee was vastly undercharging for my time and the amount of work I put in initially, as well as the quality of ingredients. They'd just complain about that costs me way more time and money anyways. I'm more just worried that one day they'll find out. But I've gotten away with it for almost 8 years now. Edit, because so many people have asked. This was my first job as a personal chef, and it was a side gig. When I took the job, I didn't know how much to charge. They asked what would be the price per meal for their family of 4, including getting groceries, planning, prepping, cooking, plating, cleaning, etc. So everything, including groceries, would be included in what they pay me. So the groceries are a business expense. They don't reimburse me for it. It's part of my total fee. TBH, that fee was vastly undercharging for my time and the amount of work I put in initially, as well as the quality of ingredients. Shuckles, rookie mistake as a rookie cook, I guess. Also, I don't regularly serve boxed pasta, lol. It's just one of the examples off the top of my head.